experience, or one has to do that, right? In order to do that, I mean, they need to get encouragement to get this experience, and that's where the trick is actually.
That is true, sir. And it's very simple. I can give you the phone number or my personal email address. You can write to me when you want to try this experiment out.
Okay.
We can. I can give it to you if you like it now or later.
Sure. Yeah, you can give it to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
My email address is at Kamlesh, KAMLESH at srcm.org. It's my personal address. You can send me any queries and just tell me at such and such a time you'll be sitting at home and meditating. So I'll sit with you wherever I am and we'll meditate like that. Or we have so many hot spots, meaning the many places all across US. I would say almost 250 to 300 centers are there where we have personal trainers. They can either you can go to them or they can come to your place and you can meditate together with the help of this yogic transmission and see it for yourself that if it helps you understand the whole concept of spirituality, if it appeals to you. Very interestingly, the religion and spirituality, though they are something like a spectrum of light, a spectrum of consciousness. Similarly, there is a spectrum of approach to divinity. Religion is one end of the spectrum.
Right.
You see, where we begin with knowledge, we begin with doctrines, we begin with beliefs.
Right.
Then we actualize this in the field of spirituality, in the form of experience. Then we further go from, after all, what is meditation? Meditation is thinking about one object. In spiritual meditation, we are thinking on presence of divine light.
Right.
Now, it must move from thinking to feeling.
Right.
You see, merely thinking of love is not going to take me anywhere. But the day I start feeling that love,
that's the key.
It's a next step.
Right. Right.
You see? So, feeling the presence of divinity within me surpasses the thinking of divine. And a stage must come, this feeling must become permanent affair in my life. That I'm always connected with that. See? That's what yoga truly means. This international yoga days and all that, where people are so fascinated with the hatha yoga and asanas and all kind of stuff, which is too superficial. It is only asanas. If you see the whole chart, just like we have periodic table in chemistry. There's so many elements, so many properties are there. Likewise, if we combine the yogic shastra, the fundamental, there are 4 fundamental things, which is what we call sadhana chatusthaya, which starts with discrimination or viveka. Underneath, there are 6 steps. Underneath, there are 2 steps. Underneath, furthermore, there are so many steps, altogether 35 steps, leading to samadhi. Okay. Preceding to samadhi is meditation. Okay. Preceding to all that, according to Ashtanga Yoga, is asana. Asana is a very small step in the whole gamut of yoga shastra. And you put so much of emphasis on this, which is saddening actually. Actual yoga, what is the definition? Yoga means to join. Yad jyuti iti yogaha. That's what Shastra says. Now, what is to be joined? What is the meaning of
mind?
Let's study religion. What is religion? Religion. Religion is a word derived from ligar. Ligar means to join, to rejoin. So, religion, yoga, technically they both have the same meaning, same purpose. Okay. Something that joins my lower self with higher self, my Atman with Paramatman. Simply put, if when the drop of the water falls in the ocean, it becomes the ocean. There is no drop left to talk about itself.
Right.
That way, when the Atman merges in Paramatma, That state is known as yoga. Right? Now, the samadhi state that we all are aspiring for without understanding what samadhi means. Samadhi often in general public is understood as a zombie state. Samadhi, you don't feel anything, or you don't have any thoughts. It's a very poor understanding of samadhi.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
That's not a meditation then?
No. So, in Patanjali Yoga Shastras,
Right.
samadhi is called pasana tulya, like a stone, pasana, stone-like state.
Right.
It is not correct. Samadhi, if you split this word, sam, adi, it's a Sanskrit word.
Right.
Sam means similar to.
Right.
Adi means that prevailed before the creation. What brought creation into existence was imbalance. There was perfect balance prior to creation. So, when we have achieved such a state inside ourselves, similar to what prevailed before the creation, absolute balance within, that is samadhi. It has nothing to do with thoughtlessness or a stone-like condition. It is precisely you have a 360-degree view of everything. That is, I would call samadhi. In the words of Swami Vivekananda, again I can say, he said the pursuit of all the spiritual practices is only one. The goal of why we pursue all these things is, he said, we all have some consciousness. Some people use 2% of it, some people use 8% of it. Very rare indeed would use 12 to 14%, very rare. The pursuit and purpose of this yoga or any spiritual practice is to expand this available consciousness that we have into the sky of super consciousness, reach those infinite heights of super consciousness through meditation, and allow this available consciousness to dive deeper into the depths of oceans of subconsciousness. So this available consciousness, it should soar higher into spirituality through meditation and should go deeper into the subconscious. This is through meditation and this is through yoga nidra.
Oh, okay.
So slowly and slowly and slowly you can go on expanding your consciousness until you, it's an infinite process actually. It goes on and on and on. See, we believe that God is infinite, right?
Yep.
So when the nature of God is infinite and when you want to become like that divinity in essence, there will never be a full stop and say, this is it, I achieved it. Because that itself is infinite.
Right.
So that's the beauty of, I would say, spiritual practice, where if it can help you with the expansion of consciousness, then it is worth it. If it is only going to make you believe in something which is invincibly inflexible, that I believe only in this and nothing else, then we have fixated ourselves, we have contracted our consciousness into certain dogmas and certain beliefs which is so hard core and so restrictive.
Right. Yep.
That unfortunately is the affair today with most religions. My God is better than your God.
Right, yeah.
And because of this, so many wars.
Problems in the world,
And the heartaches, even in some families, daughter marrying this guy with another religious person, I mean, it creates such a havoc.
Right. Now let's talk about the organization that you are, you have found, Heartfulness. So obviously, the focus of the organization is meditation by heart. Now there are different kind of meditations, that are being taught. Like, there's a Krishna meditation. There's a Vedanta has defined as different type of meditation, and you just mentioned about Patanjali. you know. So what is the different what is the difference between heartfulness meditation versus the others?
Well, I can speak about heartfulness in details.
Okay, let's do that.
Number one, when the idea of meditation is to move from thinking to feeling.
Right. Okay.
And when I'm so much interested in feeling the presence of divinity, is it wiser to think that, oh, let me meditate on my liver to feel the divinity? Or let me meditate on my tip of the nose? Or let me meditate on my forehead? Or let me meditate on top of my head? Or let me meditate on a lamp outside myself to feel the divinity outside myself? So I think there is no other better organ than the heart. It's a seat of feelings. And if the idea is to feel and experience God, divinity, then heart is the only organ where one can focus and say, yes, my Lord, at your terms, not at my terms. I'd like to feel your presence in myself. Okay. If you want the backing of Shastras, who other better person than Lord Krishna can tell you where to meditate? After showing his Vishwarupa Darshan in Gita, discourse is there where at one point when Arjuna says, no, I will not fight, Lord tells him many reasons, logically argues with him. This is your battle. See? I cannot convince you. Now let me show you the situation, the entire thing. He reveals himself and also shows him the future. That this is all, whatever, all these things have happened. Now you just have to do the thing. Take. Even then he is not convinced. Only after Lord Krishna shows him his true form, then he said, please come down to your, the usual form. This is too horrifying for me. I cannot see you like this. Please come back to the friendly form. And then he's so much convinced with all that. Then one of the final questions, fortunately he asked for the posterity and for people like us, that Lord, you have shown me all these things. But in the future, when the world will want to know the right path, how will they know you? How will they feel your presence?
Right.
So Lord tells him very simply, Hridayame Pashyasi, look myself in your heart. Even Upanishads talks about the value of the heart. The science today, when you study so many scientific evidences which are popping up everywhere, they say heart is the best organ in our human system for various reasons. It's not only the feeling or emotional seat, but it is also a super brain. It has its own nervous system. Most striking difference I find between heartfulness meditation and other meditations, here there is a help of transmission, yogic transmission we call pranahuti. You compare the meditation without and with, then you see the results. Then we don't have to explain what this pranahuti is all about.
Right.
Third feature with this is, in the morning meditation we charge ourselves with this pranahuti and meditate, right? In the evening we have similar meditation but with a different technique which unwinds ourselves. You come back home tired, but when you do this meditation you are somehow rejuvenated with this particular rewinding ourselves meditation. Third striking difference I see that the results are immediate. This is not something you wait for 10 days later or 10 years later or 10 lives later. The results are immediate for you to deduce from it, see, that yes, if I'm on the right track or a wrong track. See, that's immediate. Fourth thing I have found very interesting with the recent results we have done experiments with, the Harvard results of one practice, mindfulness meditation, where they had experimented with EEG readings of, I would say, few hundred monks who meditated for more than 10,000 or 15,000 hours, and how they could go into delta state. EEG, electroencephalogram of the, they measure the electromagnetic field of the brain pattern. Right? It is actually a sleep study, but it is now extrapolated into various consciousness studies also now. So delta wave is seen right away with people who have meditated for 10,000 hours on an average in their lifetime. With this heartfulness meditation, right from the first day of meditation, moment the transmission reaches you, the same day, same moment, there will be a shift in this consciousness to delta immediately.
So, but you should know how to do it.
No, not necessary. You should be open to it, that's all. Open to receiving this particular transmission. You should be willing to experiment with this transmission. People are there, trainers are there everywhere. You can reach us via email, or you can visit our www.heartfulness.org and just follow the process how to receive this transmission. It's very simple, sir. Very, very simple.
Can we do an experiment here?
Well, yes and no. I would do something little better without transmission. I would just modify this Patanjali's, one of the asanas, and put you into a different state, only through relaxation without using transmission.
Okay.
Which will be hardly about less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
And this relaxation can be done anywhere at any time, office or during, if you are even waiting for order in the restaurant. You can chill and then say, okay, let me relax. This is a very simple method. Right?
Okay.
Okay. And you can try the same thing on others also. The way I'm going to give you commands. The same commands you can apply on others, and they can teach to others also. This is very simple. Just try to. It's easy.